Skelly arrives on the course. No clubs, no shoes, no idea what a par is. Just vibes and a skeleton body that technically has no muscles, which raises some real questions about how any of this works. But that's the beauty of it. Because golf, at its core, is actually a pretty logical game once someone breaks it down for you without all the stuffy country club energy. The goal is simple. The whole point of golf is to get your ball into the hole, and the fewer strokes it takes to get there, the better your score. That's it. That's the whole game. Skelly can understand that. Get the ball, put it in the hole, use as few swings as possible. The problem is, everything in between the start and the hole is designed to make your life difficult, and that's kind of the point. The first thing Skelly has to learn is where to even begin. Every hole starts at what's called the tee box, and that's where you hit your very first shot, aiming for the fairway or the green. So Skelly picks up a club, probably the wrong one, definitely holding it backwards at first, steps up to the tee box and takes a swing. And here's where it gets interesting, because that first swing tells you everything about a beginner. Most people think the hardest part of golf is hitting the ball far. It's not. The hardest part is hitting the ball at all without embarrassing yourself. One of the most important rules beginners overlook is that you have to count every stroke, and that includes swings where you miss the ball entirely. So if Skelly winds up, swings with those bony arms, and whiffs completely, that counts. Stroke number 1. Ball hasn't moved an inch. Welcome to golf. But Skelly doesn't quit. He takes the swing again, and the ball goes sailing off the tee. Not down the fairway, probably sideways into the rough, because that's what happens. The fairway is the closely mowed area between the tee box and the green. It's the ideal landing spot, but the rough surrounding it is full of taller grass and obstacles like trees and bushes. Skelly's ball is absolutely in the rough, and this is where the next rule kicks in, the one that trips up basically every new golfer. You have to play the ball where it lands. One of the most fundamental rules in golf is to play the ball as it lies, meaning you're not allowed to move or adjust the ball's position regardless of where it lands, whether it's on the fairway, in the rough, or in a bunker. So Skelly can't just pick it up and toss it somewhere nicer. He has to walk over there, into the tall grass, and figure out how to hit it from exactly where it stopped. That's the game. That's the whole philosophy of it, actually. You deal with the situation you created, not the one you wished for. Now here's where I want to pause, because there's something coming up in Skelly's round that most beginner golfers never even think about. And it's the thing that actually determines whether you have fun or completely lose your mind on a golf course. We'll get there. Keep watching. So Skelly works his way down the hole, shot by shot, getting closer to the green. And then the ball lands in the sand. The bunker, the sand trap, that golden rectangle of misery that every beginner dreads. And Skelly does what every beginner does. He walks in, picks up the club, and goes to rest it right on the sand behind the ball to get his bearings. And someone immediately yells at him, because you cannot ground your club in a bunker before making a stroke, touching the sand with your club before the swing results in a penalty. Skelly didn't know. You probably didn't know either. Most people don't until it happens to them. He takes the shot, gets out of the bunker, and finally reaches the green. The putting green. The smooth, dark grass that surrounds the hole. And this is where golf gets weirdly precise. If your putt stops right on the edge of the hole, you actually get 10 seconds to see if it drops in. But if it takes longer than 10 seconds, that drop counts as a stroke. Golf has rules for everything, including how long you're allowed to wait for gravity to work. Skelly lines up the putt, sends the ball rolling, and it goes in. And the reason that moment feels so good, even watching a skeleton do it, is because of everything that came before it. Every bad swing, every penalty, every confused look at a sand rake. That's what makes the payoff land. Now here's the thing I promised I'd come back to. The moment that changes everything about how you look at Skelly's round. It's not the hole-in-one attempt. It's not the bunker disaster. It's the fact that when Skelly finally understood the scoring system, that lower is better, that every swing counts, that you're essentially competing against the course itself, he stopped trying to hit the ball hard and started trying to hit it smart. Scoring in golf is often talked about in terms of par, which is the number of strokes a good player would need to complete a hole. And once Skelly understood par, he understood the whole game. Because golf isn't about power, it's about decisions. Golf is genuinely difficult for beginners because of the sheer number of rules that come with it. Even golfers who've been playing for decades still don't know all of them. But Skelly figured out the core of it. Play the ball where it lies, count every stroke, stay out of the sand with your club, and just keep moving forward. And that's actually what makes this whole thing so fun to watch. Because Skelly came in with zero assumptions about how golf is supposed to look, and he just played it. No ego, no frustration, just a skeleton from another planet trying to get a small ball into a slightly smaller hole. If you've been watching Skelly figure out life on Earth, you already know this is what he does. Stumbles into human situations with no context, and somehow comes out the other side having actually learned something. Drop a comment below telling me which part of Skelly's golf round you related to the most. The whiff on the first swing, the bunker penalty, the 10 seconds of waiting on a putt that wasn't going in. I want to know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button right now, because Skelly's got a lot more Earth activities to survive, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. Go check out the last video if you haven't yet. It might be even better than this one.